Welcome to Empowered to Grow, the podcast. I am your host, Hanan and Basha, the business doctor. Following our conversations with empowered women who woke up one day and consciously claimed, I am more than enough, I am worthy, I am empowered to grow. And along their empowering journey towards realizing their own potential and their quest for growth, they became a beacon of hope and guidance for others. May you also find your inner power to grow. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Empowered to Grow. I'm your host, Hanan. Well, today, yet another amazing lady that I happen to have the fortune of meeting, Bissan Amin. Welcome to the show and thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much, Hanan. You're amazing.
So Bissan is all about the soul. She's all about positive energy, which you know I'm all about too, which is I think why we connected. She takes all the teachings of Wayne Dyer, Tony Robbins, Deepak Chopra, and she delivers and supports women, especially in the Middle East, all about finding their positive energy, about their divine energy and how to capitalize on that. Right?
Thank you. Thank you. You really nailed it, describing me, and I'm so humble to be on your show, and I'm always going to be humble because this process is a divine process. It's not my process. So we all have energy that flies through us. That's how we met. If you are connected with a certain energy, then the whole universe will just answer to that energy. So it's no surprise and no coincidence that people like-minded or like energy-wise or discovering new energy will meet. Like I've found that so, I don't know, magical. Sometimes
That's
like,
true.
wow.
That's true. I'm in agreement. So the show is called Empowered to Grow. When I sent you and I said, Bissan, I just created the podcast Empowered to Grow. I'd love for you to come on. What did that phrase mean to you? How did you see it?
I've seen it as the most needed thing that women need in this century. Like we're still living in thousands of years of, back thoughts, negative thoughts, build up thoughts. And we need to evolve eventually. Because the word has evolved if we see technology and how the modern world is. And I don't see it still like so powerful. So every time I hear a woman say, we want to empower, this is me. Yes!
Exactly. Me too. Let's do this.
Finally. Yeah. So I'm all for it. Anything in empowerment of any energy, like this is my calling for sure. Like I get so excited. It doesn't matter how tired I am. It could be midnight and someone speak to me about that. It will just elevate my energy all the way as if I just had 3 cups of coffee and I'm ready to go in the world.
which is exactly that. And this actually brings me on to the next question. I mean, you empowered yourself to grow in your own unique way. So I would love for our listeners to hear a little bit about your story and how you've managed to do that.
My story is so long. I'm 44 years old, so I'm going to skip the whole trauma for you. My background is the Middle East, and I was born in a city called Ramallah in Palestine. And it's fortunate I had such a powerful dad, but at the same time, his power was good for him and growth and becoming a very successful man in his world, but yet it didn't remove the poverty mindset from his brain. And that triggered me my whole life of rejecting money. I couldn't understand marrying someone with money. I couldn't sit with someone who had money. I was just gagging from it so much because I was brought up in a house from poverty to rich and thinking rich made us worse. Rich did not enhance our fun time with our parents. It's the opposite. It took away the fun time. It took away the family time. It took away the friends. My dad started shutting everybody off because everybody's after me now for the money. They don't love me. They want this. And it kind of like, we don't notice what we block until we get to the core of it. And it shows up in a very pathetic way. I'm going to explain that to you. The pathetic way is that you get divorced 3 fucking times. And then you realize like, wait a minute, I'm dominant. I'm the mutual one in these 3 divorces. As more and more you grow up and you materialize, and then people's like, but that happened 3 times. Like, couldn't you learn from the first mistake? And I was like, darn on me. I would sit with myself as like, I'm not stupid. I would refuse to call myself that because I'm very intelligent. And even though I didn't have the degrees like you do, like all these 50 degrees behind you, it makes me
It's nothing
sometimes
to
want
do
to
with
just,
learning about your self-worth.
it
Trust
makes
me.
me want to copy Dean and Tony's certificate in each color and put it in different frames. I know it's the only one I got in my
You are
life
worthy.
or I'm
You
proud
are
of.
worthy.
Yeah. But I just want to put it in the background
Yeah, you
sometimes.
should.
But it's just like, in the end of the day, what happens in your life is a reflect of what's inside of you. Wayne Dyer speaks about the orange, and I love this theory. He says, when I squeeze an orange, what do you expect coming out of an orange? We all say orange juice, right?
Of course.
It's like a kid will tell you. Luna was like, orange juice, mom, But then he says, what about when I squeeze you? What comes out of you? It's not my mom and my dad and my business and my partners and they were wrong. What comes out is from us.
Mm-hmm.
So it always like triggers me back to like, if I will ever react to something, I need to check, where did this come from first? Which century, by the way, because I believe that we have came here so many times. The more I listen to Wayne Dyer and the more I go into Buddha and the more I go into the Tao and the more I go into the world has been here for 4 billion years, I kind of wonder, so why are we stuck on one book? Why are we stuck on one opinion? Why are we stuck on one culture or whatever we call it? But we want to relate to others, so we want to stay in the comfort zone. And it's so hard to take someone from the comfort zone unless, Hanan, they're down in the bottom. They're just done. There's like one more husband and I rather jump off of this building.
Sick and tired of being tired.
Right. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of this vicious circle coming over and over. And I'm like, exactly. So what do you want to do about it? I want to, I'm not going to give you pills or medications or go treat your family, your friends, your husband, your children, and your coworkers, right? I have to start with you, but if the problem is not me, I'm so positive. Everybody around me is negative. I said, you attract exactly who you are. Exactly. So let's go back to the science of this universe. If we don't have gravity, do you think God will create gravity in a certain area because they're so much blessed more than another area? Mm-mm. And they all get shocked from this one example I throw at them. I said, if you think you're in Saudi Arabia and the religion is the best there because it's practiced the most there and most believers are in there, right? Mm-hmm. So how come God doesn't make it easier there, right? Because you feel like I'm special because I follow certain things. And that's what we were taught. We were taught you're special. And I'm telling you, the divine guide is equal. It was never special. Right. Everyone has the same soul. Everyone has the same ability. Everyone has the same form, right? Even disabled people proved that they can. So I always say the disability is when you say I can't. This is disability when you quit. The disability is when you give up. The disability is when you see nothing but darkness. And then the soul doesn't like that. And I'm with the soul that she should just leave your body. Do you agree? And she says, why you say that? I said, let's imagine me and Hanan are roommates. Hanan agrees to come be a roommate in my fucking house. And we agree that here's your room, here's my room, here's what we do. But then Hanan every day decides to criticize me every single day. Bissan, I don't think you should wear this. It makes you fat. Oh no, this color does not compromise your eye color. This makes you ugly. Oh no. You know what? This is stupid what you're doing right now. Quit it. And I said, who you think says all these things? Your brain, right? Sure. Who criticizes you the most? Your brain. So if I would see that this is the behavior of Hanan and I'm a roommate in my house, in our house, we agreed, I'm going to depart from Hanan. Do you agree? She goes, yes. I said, do you think your soul does not want to depart from you when you're criticizing her as much as you do? Every single day, 66 thoughts go in a woman's head, bouncing, multitasking, doing all the chores in this universe within seconds. Which Wayne says, you never multitask. You're just doing so many things in fast move.
That's true.
It's like there's no multitasking. Yes. You're just bouncing. So it causes more distraction. And then we wonder, why am I not focused? So
why am I not productive? Why am I not efficient? And why am I always busy?
Right. And why don't I don't take things to the next level? You deal with that, Hanan, because you're a business coach. And I get it. I was there. I was like in network marketing for 12 years. I was doing so many business. I established 5 business. I was all over the place. Yes, multitasking is my hero. I was like, yeah, I can do everything. They all funnel in the same area. And I just created more disaster in my body. There was no time for balance. There was no joy. There was just a machine going and going and going. And you probably relate to that. Because
Definitely.
when we look at life, we just say, what is my responsibility and how many bills I have and who's going to pay the bills? And at the end of the day, the soul says, I would if you just fucking relax. I would take you anywhere you want if you just talk to me nicer. So that's why I built this 10 years of learning through my coaches and applying it on me daily. And I built a system with it, of course, with the help of the same coaches we took, me and you, Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, and Russell Brunson. They kind of organized us. We have to agree on it.
That's true.
Women, you all have to be part of the KBB group if you really don't. Or one of the KBB group students who graduated with excellence, like Hanan, I, Venus, Reem Kharbat. I mean, so many fucking amazing women have proven that they could do it, right? If someone come and say, here's a system I want you to follow, organize yourself. But if you do it,
that's the point. It's about capitalizing what you already know, capitalizing your experience. You know, it's the message. You're turning your mess into a message, and of how do I do it? It's not about learning anything new. It's about learning how to teach others what you've learned.
Yeah, because we're scattered to begin with. So when we talk about that, I always say, but how do you deal with a traumatized soul? How will you deal with someone who said to a child since she was born, you will never be something. You're never going to get there. No matter how much knowledge we give her, and we have 43,000 members on the KBB group, and only like 2%, 3% have posted their success, have posted what they, applied by the coaching, by the 4 or 5 modules we took, the software that builds everything for you. And there's still people sitting there and going like, I cannot do that. And I say, who said that? Who said that to you? Who said that you're not good enough? Who told you that? And we have to get back to the child mode and kind of like break through all this negativity, all that trauma in the body that we hold on to because it came from a source that we love. Who didn't love her daddy, no matter how cruel daddy was? And it's the role model. Like a girl is born to just her role model first thing, looking up to her dad. It's the opposite sex. Same thing with the woman. His mom is the role model. Like you could find if you have a son.
I do have a son.
He's mommy's boy. Mommy's boy. Like full force, he will marry a mother. He will marry his mother when he grows up. He's so comfortable. No matter how cruel the mom was, how devastating. That's my comfort zone. That's what I know. That's how I feel love is, because they were supposed to love me. And that's how I'm, built in the system. So between knowing how to build businesses, between learning how to seek in my soul to elevate, I don't want to just every month, end of the month, barely making it, no matter how much money I was making, 12,000, 15,000 a month, I'll barely make it at the end of the month. I just had a way of spending it all so I can push the money evil away from me. I don't want to be my dad. I don't want to act like my dad. I don't want to feel like money is the evil thing. And that was bad in the end of the result. Why? Because who's suffering financially, no matter how much she makes?
Yeah.
So you make $1 million, you spend $1 million, you're still poor. You're still feeling broke. So it's not about, if I make $1 million, I'd be happy. There's no happiness going to come from achieving anything because happiness is a feeling and it's not something. And if we attach a feeling to something, then we're always lost. True. My love attached to a man that loves me. If I don't love myself, I cannot really attract love, right? Or give love. So happiness, I want a man to come and make me happy. I want this man to care about me more, to pay attention to me, but I don't pay attention to myself. I don't care about myself. That's what it screams. I tell women, if you just notice what you're saying, you'll find the reasons why you're blocking all that from coming in. Sure. So thank God I was fortunate. Like if I want to attract anything, if I want to manifest anything, it's so funny, Hanan, but it happens so fast, not just for me, for others too. So people's like, geez, I don't want to, even if they don't like you, like they're so jealous of you, they want to stay next to you because it's like, she's my source of energy, like no matter what.
I want to imitate you at least.
I want to grab from her energy at least. So I feel like that's how my students are in my groups. Like, okay, there's so many free courses, so many free YouTube, but then they're connected to you because you have some sort of energy that grab them.
Yes.
For some reason, every video ad that I put out there is like, you were speaking just to me. I felt like you know me. I felt like, I said, it's energy.
Yeah. You're
It's
attracting
energy.
the energy that you want. And like Dean says, and you're repelling those that you don't. So
Yes.
you want to be there? Be there. I'm here for you.
Yes, exactly.
And that is the beautiful thing is yet again, that you took your mess and you created a message with it. You decided to empower yourself. You decided to break through all the barriers and through all the roadblocks you had to create a new life for yourself, in essence.
True. We all should. You can always create. The soul is not here looking for herself. The soul already knows who she is.
True.
But if she's here to create for you everything that you have ever planted. So if we planted when we were children, Cinderella story, Beauty and the Beast, whatever story we were so connected to, or our imaginary friend that we were talking to about how our beautiful life is going to be. Like not one child says, we're going to have a miserable life, me and you know, get ready for it. We're about to go challenge the monsters and we're going to have a lot of abusers in our life and we're going to have a lot of backstabbers. Come on. I've never seen a kid visualizing an imaginary friend and talk viciously. I've seen kids where they're like building castles, building softwares, building something useful for the world, or being superheroes, right? My daughter still wants to be a mermaid. She keeps throwing the pennies in the lake and says, Mom, why God doesn't listen to me? Why God? I you know how many pennies, Mommy, I threw and I didn't tell anyone and I did everything for God to give me my wish. I want to be a mermaid. I said, baby doll, listen to Mama. Mama have been throwing another penny right after yours saying, God, please don't grant that wish because I don't want to swim to find you. I want my daughter to be in her bedroom every single night. She goes, Mom, that is not fair. I had to not kill her imagination by saying there is no such thing of being a mermaid. I had to say to her that love, only love, can bring you to what you want. And because I love you so much and I want you close to me as a mother, and you know, I know you love me and you don't want to get rid of me, right? And she goes, of course not. I said, well, I cannot swim. Mommy, but you can throw the penny and wish to be a mermaid like me. So she now wants me to join her group. She's going to be a great convincer.
She's creating a mermaid tribe, huh?
Yes, exactly. So right now, everywhere she goes, she's like a mermaid, focused on mermaid. And I love it. Because when I was her age, I was identical to that personality. I was thinking, if I want to be a ballerina, I watch a show, I get up and I do the ballerina moves. Identical. Anything. I think it's in my name too, because I studied nemology. And I'm such an observant, like you. You have two N's. N's mean you're observant. That's it. Hanan. A-N means I want to save the world. Here, I'm giving you like a freebie. Hanan, go for it.
Wow.
H means you're holy, like you're always guided by the divine. So it's easy for Hanan, any Hanan, to find her way so effortlessly, let's say, because her intentions are pure and loving, and it's serving the world. So always when we want to ask God, who would you support? A devil worshiper, one who want to devastate and kill and
of course not,
you know, ruin all your work and on the earth, or someone who's like Hanan, who wants to support everybody else, who wants to build, who wants to
mission,
be there
my mission and purpose.
Change the world to be a better place for all of us to live in. And that's my motto. We want to change the world. So I look for those ANs in the end of the name, because I know if I support them, I supported God effortlessly, without even thinking twice, what is it for me? I just want to support, because who we support the first creator, not my mom and dad. They were not creators. They were just the house to deliver you. But in the end, the giver of the soul, the supporter of the soul, is the divine, is the God, is the Allah, is the Buddha, whatever entity you want to call him, is the creator, is the creator of the soul. So I don't care what people call him, and I don't care which book they dig in for God. I just know him in the feeling. Don't know him in words like a parrot. Don't repeat shit because you were taught that. We're not in school anymore. Life is school. And life is God, and God is here, and he's with everyone. So if you want to reestablish your life, if you want to recreate the story, if you want to have a Cinderella story, right now you can. At this point, the zero is here. You start from the zero. You stand up right now and say, I'm in the zero. And every step I make is in that line where I'm going to my creative, romantic life, successful life, millionaire life.
So following up on that, what message from where you stand now and from everything you just said and everything you've studied and you've been through, what message would you or advice would you impart on your 20-year-old self?
I would tell her, do it the same way you did it. It's amazing. You're going to be just equipped with all the power, all the energy, all the knowledge, because I had to go there. I had to pass through there. My son asked me that too. He was like, Mom, if you would go back to your young self and you would skip my dad altogether, because he was the most abusive, right, let's say, or he neglected his son. What would you do? I said, I would do it all over again, baby, just to have you. Because you have been my partner. You have been my reason why I did all what I did. I had to have a reason, because without a reason, people call it obstacles. I call it a reason. Don't call it excuses why you shouldn't do shit. Call it a reason to get up and be strong and do it. Do it. If you don't love yourself enough and you love someone else and you're responsible for someone else, at least start there. Not the healthy way, Hanan. I'm not saying it's the healthy way. I never say sacrifice is God's way. There's no sacrifice. Nobody should sacrifice. My soul is the most important thing if I believe that God is the most important thing. My soul, not someone else's soul. Yes. So we don't preach what we don't do, because if I preach that I love you, but I don't love myself, you cannot give what you're not. So I always say, don't be a hypocrite with your soul 24/7 and say, why is it not happening for me? The only thing I teach people is align with her mission. She will guide you there. So if I can send you back to the zero, between 0 and 7 years old, what would you do with me? What would you do from that age? I don't want to go back there, Bissan. People have forgotten all their childhood altogether, because I do some practices and exercises with my students and I ask them questions they have no clue an answer to. I said, exactly. You have disassociated. Disassociate everything good and bad went down the hill, down in the pavement, down in the well, and you don't want to look at it. You don't want to bring the good out of it. You're just saying it was all bad. I said, no, it wasn't. There's no child that had a bad childhood. I served in so many poverty places, and I tell you, all children, they're having fun while they're children. No matter what they have and not have, they're smiling, they're bouncing, they're running, they're playing. And I love that. I love to serve, so I can tell people, you're privileged in this country, but if you go there and see the happiness, you will know how to build happiness from nothing, because happiness is a feeling. It's not a thing. So they don't have anything, but they're happy. You have everything.
And that's a beautiful thing. And that's what we're conditioned to forget as we grow. So actually then, if we take the other end of the spectrum, so from a future time capsule, what would you like your 90-year-old self to thank you for today?
Thank you for serving. Thank you for being there for everyone. Unconditional love. Thank you. Thank you for not, isolating yourself from any entity in this world, because everybody is connected. We're joking. We're not joking. We're really arrogant when we say we're something different. We're all a speck in this universe. We're connected to the air we breathe, the tree we see, the sun we feel. We connect. This is the soul. And everybody thinks he's a body. And I tell you, you're not a body. You have lived in so many bodies, actually, between 0 and 44. How many bodies have we been?
Yeah.
Right. So it's just a home. It's not staying with the soul, but the soul is just nothing but a speck in this universe, and those specks have to connect with one another. So when the mass is in negative energy, like we're expecting now, the epidemic is to kill a lot, is to devastate us more, is because the negative energy have overcome the positive energy, that the whole world is collapsing. And we are witnessing it, and we can stop it, but yet we choose to we're the favored. This is what the book says will happen, and we don't want to stop it. And God has given us signs, and we don't want to stop it. It's our choice to stop it. But what choices are we making every day? Resentful, hate, jealousy, anger against each other, competition. I'm competing. I'm going to be there's no human more powerful than energy. There's no body. There's no name. There's no entity. There's just energy.
Yeah.
And if we all go back to 4 billion years, we have to understand that God have recreated this universe so many times and he doesn't care. He really doesn't.
Yeah.
We're children and you're not behaving, and time out. It's like, okay, I'll start it over again. You ruined Mother Nature. I'll start it over again. You don't want to learn. Missiles and chemicals and everything is pesticides. Everything is preservatives. Everything is, you're just inducing for more money. And money is not energy.
No,
it's not energy, actually.
No.
Money is against the energy. I always tell people, you focused on coming to me, you want to heal so you can grab the money. I said, go grab the money. Money is the easiest thing you can get. How is it easy? Can I get it? I said, because you resent it. You resent money, so you cannot accept money. You don't give money, you're not generous. So if you're not generous and you're so cheap, how are you going to get in, right? So the circle is not there. The only thing between you and money is your hand. So if I don't give it, I'm not going to receive it. If I'm holding on to money like it's the last money, God says, okay, it's the last money. Keep holding. And I'm not going to pour down because you're holding with both hands the $100, the $1,000 that you have. You feel that, oh my God, I'm scared to lose that. And I said, the only thing you have to do is let go of the whole 1,000 and expecting 10,000 to come in, because the more I give out, the more I bring in.
That's true.
It's just the law of attraction. You get tenfold of what you put in. So if you put in cheapness, right? The people couponing, people going for deals. I'm like, are you kidding me? This is the poor mindset. The more deals, the returns and this, you're saying, I don't have enough. And when you say I don't have enough, it comes from lack. And when you tell God I lack, he goes, okay, I give you more lack. I give you more lack. I give you more lack. Yeah. You're going to lack more, because that's what I'm bouncing. So people don't know, either they are bouncing the blessing or they're putting it in the future. One day I will be. I said, one day. You don't know if you're breathing the next. Take one. The next is not guaranteed. If you release, you're not guaranteed.
Yeah.
And God give us abundant air to breathe. Not one of us say, Hanan, stop breathing. It's my turn to breathe.
You're taking up my oxygen.
Yeah. Oh my God, 1,000 people in this room, 10,000 people in this room. Tony, please tell the right side to not stop breathing so the left side can breathe. Nobody does that. Yeah. We expect to live abundantly. We are expected. God gave everybody unlimited options, unlimited. It's us who limit it because we are lazy. We don't want to work on it. I don't want to get there. Oh, I wish someone just gives me that. Or I marry someone who does the trips and everything for me. I said, why don't you want to do it yourself? It feels so much better when I get my ass up and go call a spa and say, I'm coming for my massage right now, because I'm not going to wait for the massage. I need it right now. I'm not going to wait for a guy to provide a massage when I'm like spasming, when I beat my body in the gym.
When it's too late, when it's always about being too late.
Yeah, don't wait. Go do it. And if God brings more, hey, blessing, more coming, right? So, but you have to start.
Exactly. You have to start somewhere, and you have to start today. I totally agree with you. So you're on a stage now and you're addressing tens of thousands of women about being empowered to grow. What would be your closing statement for them?
I said, together we can roar. Together we can heal. Together we can shine. So let's do it all together. No one should stand on a stage by themselves. We stand all together.
I love that.
Yes. I'm hoping that I go with 10,000 people on the stage, not watching me. That's my hope.
Where can our listeners find you in virtual space? I know you're very active on Facebook and Instagram. I'm going to put the links anyway, but if you'd like to share them.
I'm in Arabic. العلاج من الطاقة السلبية مع Bissan Amin. I changed the name in Arabic because my 17,000 followers are mainly Middle Easterns. It used to be work with Bissan Amin when I did the network marketing, but you could search it like that. It will pop up. Also Bissan Amin, just my regular platform, which I cleaned, Hanan. Honestly, I took 4,400 people off of that platform that was stagnant. So a tip for those business people who are socializing, networking, and want new blood: if you are on social media and you have 5,000 followers and you're making zero money, that means you're just having a stagnant group of people, some of them deactivated accounts. So I took the time, 2 weeks it took me to really remove, because Facebook doesn't allow you to do it all at once.
Yeah.
But at 2 weeks, I removed 4,400 people out of my Facebook platform, and I'm ready for new blood. I'm ready for those who are ready to do the work, not just follow you for likes, clicks, and like, we don't want that. I don't want anybody liking my shit. Yeah, I want impact to you. I want to deliver for you. I don't want even your likes or acknowledgement. As long as you're listening and tuning in and learning from it,
that's it.
At least I served my purpose, and it's fulfilling for me. What I'm doing right now is the most fulfilling. Before, I did hair, I did makeup, I did also network marketing, I sold beauty, health, nutrition. I was a nutrition coach like you.
Yeah.
I mean, I did it all. It's like in the field, like, let me take a certificate. So it's like a couple hours. Anybody can get a certificate, for God's sake. Print it out. Print yourself a certificate of the most successful woman in this world and just put it out. Like I would do with looking at Hanan's background. I can just print out, what I want to be. It doesn't have to be, I don't have it yet, and have this sluggish feeling. Go ahead, print it, visualize it, look at it, and let it motivate you to do the steps to get to it. And really say, I earned this on my own. I earned this because I visualized it. I looked at it every day. It motivated me and pushed me. And do the work. Without work, you're not going to feel it. Trust me, anybody handing you a certificate right now, it's bullshit. I say, you're not going to feel crap, but you're going to feel like you cheated your own soul. And that's not a good deal.
True.
Never a good feeling.
That's amazing.
But thank you for having me. I'm sorry.
Thank you. No, I loved it.
I'm excited.
We kind of took it all across. I love your energy. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me and with everyone.
Thank you, my love. Anything that I can help you with, if you have some emotional blockage, Hanan, or if you had witnessed I do 1, 2, 3, 4 and I stop at 5, or I have pain in the end of my day, and it's usually my neck, it's my shoulder, because pain is a trigger for where the blockage is at. That's what I do with my energy healing. Like I kind of tune in and I say, it's like, I feel like you have a throat chakra closed, a heart chakra closed, or a root chakra closed. So how can we address this? And if we think about it and you feel it in your body, tell me where it is and tell me how it feels right now. And I would walk it through your body out.
I love that. I can't wait for people to get in touch with you and get to know more. And I will go offline and do my session with you.
Yes. Let's do it offline.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining us. As always, please remember that empowered you empowers others. Love, abundance, and prosperity to you all. Bye.
Thank you, Hanan. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to the Empowered to Grow podcast. For further engagement with a tribe of empowered women, join my Facebook group, Empowered to Grow, or visit my website, www.hananulbasha.com. I'll catch you on the next episode. And until then, know that empowered you empowers others. Love, abundance, and prosperity to you all.